My experience of Andrew was that he was a wonderful student. He was very engaged with his schooling, and he was very dedicated to working with Professor Kolchenko. He did everything he could to make a good working relationship between himself and his professor. And it's not often you have a professor and a student who have such a enriched, good relationship such that they can work together and do research together. He was just a wonderful student. And when I heard what had happened, I instantly had to let Professor Kolchenko know.
Because I didn't know.
Because he didn't know, and I knew that the one person in City Tech who I had to tell was his professor, because I knew he'd be heartbroken. And we all were. And some of the other students whom I know were very heartbroken as well, just like I was.
Yes, hi everyone. I knew Andrew only for a short period of time. It was only a year or so, and from just interacting with him for a few days, you could tell immediately what kind of student Andrew was. He was extremely dedicated. Every single day in class, you would see him with his computer open, and he was always working on several posters. I didn't even start doing researches yet, and he was already working on 3-4 posters per semester. And if I strive every day to be like Andrew, even if I achieve 1/4 of what he did, that would be a major achievement. And it was really sad. I only found out 2 days ago. I was always talking about Andrew as if he was still here with us, and only 2 days ago I actually found out that he actually passed away. So it was really sad. Thank you.
I knew Andrew for about almost 15 years. He was a special friend to me. He was like my son. He was living with me when he died about 9 months ago. I was here, Dr. Kolchenko, 2 years ago with Andrew when he sat there and did the job that you guys are doing now. And so I heard your program that day. Just a few words of these 2 videos, especially the teaching science one, of course, I heard over and over and over and over and over again at home for all the months that Andrew worked on it. So I heard all the many different versions it went through. And I have a memory now that will stick with me forever about online, that I would hear every night as he was working on his computer in the room there. His mother called me just before I came here. She lives in Maryland, and she's so grateful to you for including him in his program. It's a joy to be here and to remember him with all of you. Thank you.
Spasiba. Hi, my name is Matthew. I was close friends with Andrew Maloney. I had a job, he was my coworker when I was in the Census Bureau, and he was very diligent, and he was a nerd, and we hit it off immediately. And he had these eyes that could see straight through things, and he shared with me some of the math problems that he was working on, and sometimes after the contest was over, he would ask me how we would discuss the math problems. He introduced me to my friend Betsy, who also I like because she's also a nerd like me. And he was so smart, and he had so many interests, and it was always exciting to talk to him because whatever he was interested in, he loved optics. He loved audiovisual, and he was very good. Thanks.
So my name is Betsy. I met Andrew when I started at City Tech. I'm actually starting over with my career after I was diagnosed with autism. And I was 28. So I realized that I needed to do something different. And one of the things about being autistic is that I find it very hard to make friends. And Andrew was my best friend. He just kind of saw that I needed somebody, and he was the person that I needed after moving up here. We used to just hang out in his room for 8 hours at a time and just talk about everything. And I gave him a Hanukkah present. I gave him a topology book because he liked math. And then in return, he made me a bunch of 3D science images with a viewer that I could give them. And he just was very dear and very empathetic, and I'm really grateful to have known him. Thank you.
Спасибо. Thank you, everyone. Can you please turn on? This is one of the projects that we started with Andrew. Just stop it. I will tell you when to. Right. And this is without music so far. And my students know because I just performed that in my classroom. I will just do one piece of that. It's called Brain Song, and really it's about the exams. You don't have to turn it off because there's no video. Just the sound beat that Andrew produced, that all we had time to do. So please turn it on. Take your time. My last exam is coming, the test is in a week. It's on the nervous system, but my brain is rather weak. The signals are off balance, I shake like a flagellum, betrayed by basal nuclei and mighty cerebellum. My visceral responses are funny and pathetic. My sympathetic system becomes unsympathetic. It's fight or flight reaction, I cannot yet decide. What is it I am doing? What is it, fight or flight? The billions of neurons have been out of service. As finals close in, the nervous system makes me nervous. Brain strain, brain drain, going down memory lane. Brain train, brain pain, going down again. Stop. I'm not going to do the whole thing.